Welcome to the Cardboard Illuminati podcast.
That is incorrect.
I mean, probably have to start with the news of Connor Griffin getting called up.
Yeah, we just heard that about an hour ago, which I still haven't seen if they're demoting anyone.
Yeah, they're sending Skeens down.
Yeah. What did Nicole say? Nicole said York, is he like the top guy who would probably be sent down? Cause
Probably.
they're not going to send down Triolo. We'll see. I don't even, I mean, he only, it's got to be just because they want the home opener environment to be super pumped about Griffin and Skeens. Because it's not, I mean, Griffin, like, his stats, like, he's definitely going to be, like, an it guy, but he only batted, like, 140 in spring training or something?
But he hit the ball very hard.
A few times, yes. So he's basically O'Neal Cruz.
No. He can actually field.
Yeah, that's,
He excels at it.
Yeah, and of course, Cruz was out of my lineup the last 2 days, and he had about 22 points or something combined last 2 days.
Maybe he learned.
Maybe.
Riding Pine.
And then I only have like 4 starters today in fantasy.
Yeah, there's only 3 games today. There were 4. One's postponed.
And I had 4 pitchers yesterday that combined for maybe 40-some points, so it wasn't that great.
What did I say before I left work yesterday? Joe Ryan was going to get pummeled.
Oh, okay.
Or, no, I think my exact words were the piss beat out of him.
Yeah, that was more accurate.
4 innings, 5 runs, -9 points.
He's listening.
Joe Ryan, if you're listening, I still love you.
Just less?
I'm not mad.
Just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, so we can, I guess we can start off by, I received an email. I don't know if this is all of it or just like the store's inventory. I don't know if you ordered it off of like their website or not, but like Topps said that Bowman Chrome Basketball was not going to have a Mega Box SKU. They had been advertising a Mega Box SKU and were selling it on their personal pre-order. I got an email saying it was not going into production though. So if you did order any of that or you were looking forward to buying it from us, it is not one that I think is going to be in circulation. We did actually have a couple releases yesterday though. I can talk on Exalted now. I couldn't last week. It is kind of set up like the old Undisputed kind of was. It's kind of like a museum situation. 1 pack. It's a high-end product. It's only 5 cards per box. I can say what I've seen on the Twitters. People are very disappointed in the 1-of-1 patches. They're all very plain.
Patches?
Like,
We don't need no stinking patches.
I want patches. In Universe had really cool relics, so that's why like people are confused because Exalted is technically a higher end product than Universe, but the patches are better in Universe, or they're at least similar. Even the 1-of-1s, there's nothing crazy. It's just I saw the Sol Ruka, I saw a few. I saw Jade Cargill. They're just like a plain one color. Even the jumbos, just one.
Exalted just
What does Exalted mean?
I forget off the top of my head, but it feels like I wish that they would have taken more time with the product because Universe came out not that long ago,
About a month ago, 3 weeks ago,
and Topps Chrome comes out shortly, and they're
week.
advertising Topps Chrome, all these inscription autos and all this other stuff. It seems like Exalted got kind of redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, of course, I'm not in manufacturing. I'm obviously not in these private Topps meetings.
I'm in manufacturing.
Are you?
I manufacture a lot of bullshit.
Okay, well, who knows? Maybe you can get a job somewhere. I'm sure there were reasons to why there had been almost no releases in the last 6 months, and then all of a sudden we're getting 3 within a month and a half period. I believe Hobby Delight, and Megas are coming out next week for Chrome. I believe they're coming out on the 10th, which is a Thursday. It's already weird. Blasters don't come out until the following week, which is not that typical. Usually the Mega Box gets delayed.
Yeah, Mega Box is usually
2 weeks later or something.
Yeah.
Like Series
I mean,
1.
similar to the tins with hockey.
Yeah, it's usually later, but like this SKU, the Chrome, the Blasters are coming out 2 weeks from now, whereas the other SKUs are coming out a week from now. Yeah, Exalted, I saw, there is a really cool Gunther I saw, though. It's like this, what do they call that? Like noir?
Like a spotlight.
Yeah, it's like all black and white with the signature. Really cool looking card. I don't know what the set looks like. I've just seen the Gunthers on that. They look really cool. 2 people have listed them for like 200 OBO for unnumbered versions, so like I'm clearly not buying those, but I am bidding on an out of 5 Gunther from this set. We'll see. I don't go crazy on a lot of this stuff anymore, so if it's cheap, I'll buy it. If it goes crazy, I will just probably pass. But Deadpool looks very good.
Yes. I'm very excited. I haven't seen any in person yet, but I've seen tons of it posted, and I'm very excited. Making the reel for the release of Deadpool was very fun.
Yeah, hopefully you guys watched and share it with your friends.
That was some of my best work this year.
There were no Deadpool Chrome hobby boxes damaged in the filming of Nate's reel.
Correct. The box that falls off falls on just a pile of packaging paper.
It's basically you made your own like stunt crash pad. Yeah, you made a card crash pad, but it looks good. The checklist is good. There's a lot of names on the checklist. Me and Nate are fans of TJ Miller. We understand he has had a handful of different things that he got him off of projects, but I don't know how you can make the product without. Like, he was a vital character in the first movie.
Like at the very least, making him a base card.
Yeah, like in the base, I understand, like, if you don't want to work with him on the autograph side or something, I don't know. But to not have him in it at all, I don't know. I think they could put him in it. I don't know what all of his issues are. I don't research all that stuff. I don't know if there was numerous things, but I mean, he's a kooky guy. He's a comedian, a stand-up comedian. Those guys are all kooky. If you look at everything, they all do weird stuff that can be portrayed, and it's not in the right context, might not be funny.
Yeah.
I know the one thing he did was, I mean, decently serious, but at the same time, like, it's him. He's like a goofball.
That was on the same level as Steve Ranzisi.
Or Ari. Like, it's just like they're making dark joke humor type stuff. I understand, but like, I don't know. Put him in the product.
There are a lot of fun autos in there, though.
Who do we have pulled?
Peter.
We had Peter.
Rob Delaney.
We
did see one of those autos pulled. I know Welsh Pool has autos in there, which I forget the soccer player's name, but it's in the movie. The guy who had like the Welsh flag on him as Deadpool in the third movie was one of the players from Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney's soccer team, Wrexham.
Nice. I didn't know that. I did know...
Chris Evans does have autos.
But Brad Pitt doesn't. I would have loved to see Brad Pitt put in... what was his... The
Vanisher.
The Vanisher, who gets electrocuted.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Brad Pitt said he would be in Deadpool 2. His demands were just that Ryan Reynolds hand-delivered him a cup of coffee for his, 5 seconds on camera.
There is a very cool card in the product that I will definitely look into buying down the road. Yeah. Dogpool has a paw print autograph. Whose dog was it? I don't know. It could just be a random officer, like an office dog. Officer dog.
A podograph.
I said an officer dog. It's like
officer dog.
I don't know if it's the exact dog that was in as Dogpool.
It wouldn't surprise me if it is the same dog, just because that dog is very famous. So they're used to getting attention and stuff like that. So they probably
Yeah, like here, dog, sit at this table while we stamp your paw 200. What is the card? Is that one numbered that we saw?
I don't know.
But it was at like $200 already on bids. So like I am not stepping into the world where I'm paying like $600 for a dog's paw print. But if that card drops below $100, I might. Like, if it's like $50, I might have to buy one. I don't know.
I would say below 200.
I can't pay 150 or anything for it. If it drops below 100, I'll do it. But
It will never.
Nate is on the record. It's never dropping below 2. Watch this first one sell for like 1,800.
No, it's never dropping below 100.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I would definitely go. It's just I like kooky stuff in my PC, so I can put that next to my Randy Quaid autograph.
Oh man.
Same IQ probably.
Yeah, probably very similar.
Current Randy Quaid. I
Yes.
mean, he was probably a lot smarter about 45 years ago, but who's to say? I can put that in between Randy Quaid and Tim Robinson. I can go Tim Robinson, Dogpool, and Randy Quaid on a display.
Yeah, other than Deadpool, I think the only other release this week was Exalted, and then tomorrow, which is today if you're listening to this because we do time travel, Stars and Stripes Prism by Panini comes out.
WNBA Prism.
Oh yeah, WNBA Prism also released on April 1st.
Yeah, it's expensive like always. I don't know what the big chases are this year, if there are bigger rookies or not.
I don't think there's any bigger rookies, at least until Audi Crooks joins the league.
Did they toss mangas in them?
I don't know.
I know there will probably be Color Blasts and stuff, and I'm sure Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham and
Sabrina
and
Ionescu,
who wins the
Cameron
MVP?
Brink, Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum.
There will be some big value cards. If you pull like a gold Caitlyn, even though it's like not her rookie card, it's still going to sell for a bunch of money. I mean, the money and the high end market on that stuff is still really high. Speaking of Caitlin Clark, I did see did you see the post game interview yet? Where Caitlyn's been doing some post game like commentating stuff, and she said that her favorite player in the NBA is Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
And afterwards, they asked Jokic, they're like, did you hear that Caitlin Clark said you're her favorite player? And he's like, we have the same agent. He told her to say that. So it's like, he's the best. He is just like 100% goofball at all times. I did see the pregame picture that came out of him wearing like Minions Crocs or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's just a goofball. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love whenever you can have an athlete that doesn't take themselves that serious.
I do not want to play basketball. I just want to race horse.
Oh yeah, the other basketball news was LeBron officially announcing he did change his signature, where he's putting a little crown for King James above his signature. So he changed the actual format of the LeBron James sig, but he is drawing a little crown above the signature.
You know who's never changed their signature?
Michael Jordan.
The actual GOAT?
Yeah, Michael Jordan has been consistent for a long time. Another LeBron news thing is the new Finest Soccer that is coming out soon. They are doing a Fans of the Game subset, which I love when products do that. I loved the old, was it Playoff that did Fans of the Game that had like tons. There's tons. I don't need to go down the list. There's tons of big
James
names.
Gandolfini, I know.
Yeah,
was
there's a ton of them. But they're doing a 10-card Fans of the Game set. The only two I know of are LeBron James and Samuel L. Jackson, which is funny because Samuel L. Jackson isn't in some Star Wars and some Marvel stuff, but he's going to be in a soccer product.
He's in some Star Wars.
Some. Yes, some. The guy who is not in anything is Taken. Liam Neeson.
Neeson.
He is not in anything. He refuses to sign autographs. His last autograph, I think, he was in Batman Begins like 20 years ago, and it's like a huge card. It's like, I think it's $3,000 or $4,000. I'm pretty sure that someone, I don't know if it was Topps or someone else, they had offered him like They didn't say the exact amount, but I'm guessing north of 1,000 a signature, and they would come to him, and it would be less than a 20-minute session, and he still said no. He's just probably one of those guys who just doesn't like being bothered with anything.
He has a very particular set of skills, but apparently none of those skills is penmanship.
Yeah, he does not like doing it, I guess. I've never talked to anyone who like grafts celebrities if they've ever gotten him anywhere, but I could see him easily being the kind of guy like, yeah, I just don't do this, guys. But then he'll be a goofball and do like.
But then you also don't want to mess with him because like
he could kill you.
Maybe he did all his own stunts for Taken and all those movies and stuff. So
it's just like, but he will do like the Ted movie.
Yeah,
and just be like a goofball acting role where he's on set for a day, but he won't be bothered with signing an autograph for a product for fans.
Yeah, he's great in Seth MacFarlane stuff. Million Ways to Die in the West.
He's so funny in Ted, though.
Oh my gosh!
Is it Lucky Charms he's buying?
Tricks.
He's like, I can buy this.
I'm told that these are exclusively for children, so nothing bad will happen if I buy this.
Great movie if you haven't seen it. Well, 2 is it 3 or 2?
2.
Are they doing a third?
I doubt it, since they're doing the TV
show, which I haven't watched. I don't know if you've watched it.
I haven't.
Tyler loves it. It's like his favorite show. Well, no. The Sylvester Stallone one. Tulsa King is his favorite show. But he talked about Ted for about 2 days after, and I eventually will get to it. I haven't watched any of it. I had a good day today. I had to file my taxes. That's always a super fun day. I do like getting it over with, but it is just... I wish we didn't have to do it. I really do.
It's the damn government.
It's just... I just hate having to do it. It's just so tedious. If you mess up one little thing, straight to jail.
No, it has always bothered me. Like, it's a joke at this point, but like... the memes where it's just like, okay, so you know exactly how much I owe you. Yeah. Well, then just tell me. No.
But you're saying if I don't guess correctly, I get in trouble. Yes. But we have a customer who's an accountant, and he was saying that he had a client who just filed. They hadn't filed in 7 years. And what I'm assuming is, I mean, the IRS never like reached out to them. I'm guessing they were
his client in the Blade movies.
That'd be cool, but no, Wesley Snipes was not his client. But I had my accountant explain it to me today, is they were probably owed money, and the IRS will not tell you that they owe you money. So if you don't claim it, they'll just be like, yeah, we're going to keep it. And apparently, after 3 years, if you were owed money 5 years ago and you finally file it, they will not give it to you. It's only a 3-year grace period. But it does not go the reverse. You cannot take an extra 3 years paying them.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's come on. You gotta
Here's
have
our takes on government. Anyways, Upper Deck Allure Golf comes out next week.
Which they are doing. I showed Nate the rendering. They're doing the 16-bit.
Yeah.
And there's a John Daly one.
There's also a gopher.
Oh.
A Caddyshack gopher.
Interesting. Does it say Caddyshack?
No, it says something along the lines of like golf course rodent.
They really need to get if they're going to do a Caddyshack product, one of these weird companies, they need to do it because Bill Murray's still alive, Chevy Chase is still alive, Bill Murray's brother is still alive, I believe. So like, and Danny, the cat, they're all like the big stars are all still alive. If they want to do it, they need to do it right now, or else we're gonna have the same problem we had with like the Cheers thing like a year ago. Is that there are big names that have passed away. Like if you want to do like a MASH product, how many people from MASH are still alive? One who was probably like a kid in the show or something.
Yeah.
I would love a Caddyshack product.
Upper Deck Fleer Ultra Superman Hobby comes out next week.
Which, I mean, the only Superman product we've had so far is that mega box that they did. The Platinum. Was it Platinum?
I think so.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it didn't sell well for us, but I think people weren't very educated on the product, which always hurts.
La Liga Soccer Select comes out next week.
Sorry, Nicole. Italy did not make the tournament. I texted her like congrats question mark because I googled it and it had told me that Italy did win and was advancing, and they actually lost in penalty kicks. So I think she thought I was maybe trolling her, and I actually knew, but I did not know.
And now she crying spaghetti.
Well, she said that most of their team is made up of La Liga players, and they have like maybe one, like the goalie or something is from the Premier League. But most of them are La Liga, which is not like, it's not a bad league. It's just that if you are good enough, you're probably going to a superior league.
And then, like you said earlier, Topps Chrome WWE also releases next week, which we already touched on that. It should be fun. Especially that is one of the products that I know we've talked about we'll be able to sell at MSRP for the blasters.
Yeah, the blasters 100% will be at MSRP for as long as we can before we have to restock them. I don't know on Hobby. I don't know if we even have Delight coming. I don't know if that's a SKU we're getting, which I've seen a lot of Delight ripped last year. It can be pretty brutal paying $500 for a box and you pull like Alba Fire and like at the time like let's say the Authors of Pain. Occam and Razor, is it
something like that?
Yeah, so if you pull them and like another bad autograph, it can be really tough. What the crazy thing about the wrestling market is, you could pull a great name like a Seth Rollins, like a Randy Orton, like Shinsuke, like AJ Styles, and like you're still getting crushed. Like you have to pull either like NXT female talent, main roster like future Hall of Fame female talent, like an Alexa Bliss, a Liv Morgan, or like a legend. Like there aren't many out. Like even pulling Cody Rhodes, you might still only pull like a $200 autograph of Cody. Like it's the wrestling market still hasn't nearly taken off to where like the counterparts in other sports are. Like you pull the cheapest Mahomes autograph you're pulling is still like $1,000+ card, but you pull the head, like the number one guy in WWE being Cody, and like you're not even CM Punk, like Roman, like they're not that expensive autographs. No. So that's why something like Chrome is tough. Now I have started to see the trend that there are some like the higher end basketball collectors and stuff coming over who are paying huge money for the one of ones. So you are getting these $10,000+ sales on wrestling. I know I just missed out on the Cactus Jack Gunther with the Ring General inscription.
Did you really miss out?
No, I didn't purchase it. It's sold, quote unquote, for like $5,200, which I still don't believe because the winning bidder was a zero feedback bidder. So I think
I meant more so missed out because it was from Cactus Jack. Which is, it's still baffling to me that they made that in an area where there's literally a character named Cactus Jack in their Hall of Fame, but it's not about him.
I am not within the rap community like Nate is. Is he named Cactus Jack after the wrestling character Cactus Jack, or is it like a totally 100%
I'm pretty sure it's
thing?
Completely separate.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't like it.
I don't like that Travis Scott was a part of a really big storyline in wrestling. It didn't go well. In this year, I know IShowSpeed is inserting himself into the Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Uso, probably LA Knight storyline, but
IShowSpeed has a personality also.
And he's a freak athlete. I mean, the kid's unbelievable. I still remember I was at the Royal Rumble, not in 25, in Indy, when IShowSpeed got speared by Braun Baker. And dude, he took a bump. Like Braun is a freak.
It took a half a second for his head to catch up to his body.
It was so, I don't care how scripted, how much he knew that he was taking that bump. That did not, like you can't, like his brain definitely shifted. Like he had to have been at least gotten a minor concussion from that. And he got fucked up too because he didn't he get thrown over the announcer's booth and his leg got like hit a bunch of like. I
think so.
He got like a really bad like rug burn basically on the announcer booth. It, like multiple layers of skin were peeling off. It's like the dude took a bump and he's willing to come back. So I'm all for that. Travis Scott was just like took 4 minutes to make his entrance, kind of screwed up the spot, ended up rupturing Cody's eardrum. Cody says he's cool with him now, but I'm like, dude, there's no way. Cody is like the most like he respects wrestling so much that like a bad spot has to kind of piss him off a little bit. It's like, if you're gonna do this at WrestleMania, like make it look amazing, and it didn't. It's not as bad as a couple years ago where Shane McMahon, I think it was WrestleMania 39, where Shane McMahon blew both his quads out, and Snoop Dogg
had to come in and
punch the Miz.
Yeah,
and the Miz is like, hit me, and Snoop Dogg just like literally punches him in the face because he doesn't know how to work, and it was not great.
Snoop hits him with the absolute slowest 5-knuckle shuffle I've seen in my life.
Snoop bouncing off the ropes, like the most delicate resting against the ropes before he comes out and punches Miz, and Miz being like the top professional ever fixes the situation that was supposed to go a very different way. It is also funny that the fact that Shane and Vince both had a similar spot where they blew their quads out. Like, I don't know how that happens. Like, you just have to have so much muscle down there and not be used to doing that all the time for that to happen. But, like, it's kind of like how, like, Trout and Harper have had some issues, too, where, like, they just get so muscular that it's just really easy for an issue to happen.
That's why we don't get muscular, because we just don't want that.
Yeah, I mean,
issue.
yeah, like we it's our sole reason why me and Nate aren't super jacked. It's because we know, like, okay, when we do these super athletic things that we're gonna do, we don't want to get injured. So it's more of like a liability thing.
It's a self-preservation thing.
Yeah, we're looking for the long haul. We're not trying to make a big splash.
We're down on our physical health because we care about our long-term health.
It's like that thing where it's like, okay, you have poor mental health, so you should go like start working out and running, and then you realize you're really out of shape, and you're like, your physical health is even worse than your mental health, and it just makes you feel even worse about yourself. Yeah. That was like me running in the Lemieux 6.6K last year. Almost dying.
That's fine.
I might run it again. Who knows? We can. I don't know. Do you have any topics that you wanted to get to?
Packs of stray dogs taking over major cities.
What is that from?
Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
But similar to that, I know Chad wanted to talk about this too. We're seeing something this week, especially with Easter coming up, a lot of schools on spring break. We love seeing the next generation of collectors at the shop. I know we posted the other day, there were a bunch of kids that rode their bikes to the shop. That's great.
As long as they're not riding them on Route 19, like we do have a couple kids who have e-bikes. And we're like, where do you live? They're like, oh, like 15 minutes away. I just ride on 19. And we're like, don't do that. Please. Yeah. Please don't do that.
But the one thing that drives us absolutely crazy is we have parents all the time either drive their kids and then just sit in the car the whole time, or legitimately drop their kids off and then go run their errands. We're not your fucking babysitters.
And it's not even like that. The drop off isn't even that thing. It's not even about, like, the kids could be the most well behaved kids ever, which we do have groups of kids who come in who are like super respectful. They have money to buy their cards. They know what they're doing. But there's still the liability aspect of, like, what if something happens and, like, we have to close the store, like, immediately, or, like, the power goes out, or, you know, like, there's there's some kind of emergency and we have to leave, and it's like, now we just have, there's like 4 12-year-olds in the store, and we're like, kids, like, we have to leave. Do you, like, how are you getting picked up and all this stuff? Like, I know most kids have phones now, but even so, like, if there was an instance where, like, it's like, we gotta go, major emergency, something happened, they would still just be like chilling in the parking lot waiting for whoever was going to pick them up.
Mom, can you pick me up? I'm scared.
And I I did it would, as a parent, I can't imagine dropping off like I mean, we've had some kids as young as probably like 8, 9 years old get dropped off at the store.
For hours.
Solo. Yeah, like I can't even imagine that. Like, it's not like your kid is at a practice and you leave and there's like coaches and other parents and stuff there. It's like, I mean, we like to provide a very safe environment, but like I said, the liability side of it is like, what? I mean, what are we supposed to do if there is a problem? Like, what if your kid trips and like, hurts themselves? Like, what are we supposed to do?
Which we have plenty of kids, Chad and my kids included, have run into the display cases before because we keep them so clean.
I've bumped into stuff in the store before. Like, it happens. Like, there's display cases, there's tables, there's chairs, there's
Ladders.
But yeah, like that's that kind of transitions into another topic of like one of the ones, like before we get to the one big one, it's like collecting for fun. It's, I'm not gonna say epidemic because it's not like actually that serious, but
people have died
over the last probably 5 or 6 years. We've seen so many kids just like obsess over values and flipping and can they make money and all this stuff, and they aren't just collecting to collect and have fun. And this is coming from someone who did start making money off the hobby really young, but I think at the core it's still I have fun collecting.
This coming from the guy who was reading encyclopedias at 6 years old.
Callback. I think that we've seen just a transition of less just collecting what you like, having fun, and more obsessing over values of cards. Like, I still buy the cards today that I don't even research like comps on the card before I buy it. It's like, okay, it's a cool card, I want to buy it. I have no inkling of wanting to sell this card ever. I'm just gonna buy it.
Yeah.
We'll have kids comping like $4 cards, and they're like, "Can you do $3? Last sale was $3.12." And it's like, I get it. I think that you can balance the fun and the hustle side of it, but
like, yes, you should be responsible with your money. Mm-hmm. And like, we're not saying, oh, never comp your stuff. Overpaying is fine. I mean, at a point it is, but if you're collecting just to collect, then it's not overpaying because you just want it. Like, I bought a Topps nail card one time that was like $2 and some change. That was just the most hot dogs they had ever sold at Citi Field in one night.
It's pretty great.
Like, okay, I'm sure if I waited, I could find that card at like a show for like $1 or something. I don't care.
Yeah, shows are really bad for like the one thing about comping, which it's so hard for me to talk about it without thinking I have ulterior motives in this, but like last sale really doesn't matter. Like, what is the aggregate? What is it currently available for? Where is that player's market? Like, if you bring in an Otani card numbered out of 5, you're not going to sell it to me for the last sale in 2024 knowing his market has changed. So like, last sale, unless it is like a really, really common card that is going to sell for very similar pricing, if it's a rare card, like last sale, I'm not saying it's irrelevant, but it is not, by far, not the most important thing. Like, I've paid vastly over last sale on stuff. And we have this is more so it shows than in the store where we see this, where people are like, well, last one did 83, I can offer you 80. And it's like, you have it priced at 110, and you're like, yeah, but like, the card that's numbered like higher than this one is also now selling for that denomination now.
I just remembered one of my all-time, I won't even say good or bad, interactions with somebody at a show. We were set up at the Midwest Monster a couple years ago. We had some Luka Doncic card out for, I think we had like $160 on it or something like that. This kid comes up to us and like, he starts off, he's being respectful, and he says, the last couple of them have gone for like 120 or so. So like, I'm expecting this kid to be like, could you do 120? No, this kid, after saying this card that we have $160 on is selling routinely for 120, says, could you do 90? I'm like, what? Where did this come from?
And I think I think that for what that exact card, I think it was one that like we just had like taken from like another show or something and put it out. So like it probably was one that needed repriced, but it was funny to point out like, hey, like, you know, it's selling for about like 75-80% of that. I think it might not even have been a $40 discrepancy. It might have been like 25 or 30. And then him offer like 70% of the lower value of the card, and it's like, where are we going here, man?
Which is very similar. One of Chad's all-time moments at a card show.
Oh God!
Do you want to tell the story?
You can tell. You probably talk better than me.
A couple years ago at the National, there's just this group of guys looking at our table,
drinking,
like, and one guy is looking at, I don't even know what card it was.
I think it was a variety of. He was looking at some like key football vintage rookies.
Yeah, and you know, Chad's sticking pretty firm to our sticker price on them, and this guy tells Chad, he's like, well, you have to leave room for me to make money too. So Chad told him, well, my job is not to make you money. Our job is to, you know, put the cards in the hand of the end collector, ultimately. So this guy gets so pissed, he walks down the other end of the booth, which I don't think he realized was ours too. Mm-hmm. And his buddy was looking at like Pokemon or something like that. And his buddy was like, oh, you know, what's got you upset? And the guy told him, and then
he said it's not his job to make me money.
Yeah. And one of the all-time greatest quotes I think I've ever heard, because I'm still not entirely sure what it means.
I don't know.
But the guy who Chad had turned down goes to his buddy and says, I wouldn't buy dick from that guy if he was giving it to me.
And Nate knows me. I have like a different, if you come in the store, I'm like extremely non-confrontational. Like I dissolve all problems, all that kind of stuff. When I'm at shows, especially the National, I'm a little shorter. We have so much turnover. There's so many people we're dealing with. There's a lot of attitudes that are given to us and stuff. So I may or may not be like a little shorter, a little bit more of like the prickish side of me, which I don't even think I was in that exact scenario. But yeah, I don't know what the hell he meant. What he meant to say is if he was giving it to for free, I would decline it.
Yes.
But drunken...
The phrasing, like, is that an old Irish proverb or something?
And I don't know that any of them were like serious collectors. I think it was like they were in Chicago, from Chicago, looking to just like go around. But it was like just like the most like meathead type. Like he got so
But like
angry.
His buddies that were looking, we could tell the way they were interacting with him. They were tired of him.
They're already. Like, dude, you could tell they had that face of like this dude has drank too much today. He's causing problems for us now. We're trying to do a transaction with these people, and you're just being a dick. I was getting those vibes 100% from them. They're like, we regret bringing him to this thing. I would like to think that they went back to the National game when it was in Chicago, and they just didn't bring him. They're like, yeah, you told that guy you wouldn't take dick from him if he was giving it to you.
I mean, yeah. Plus, they would run into the risk of somebody interviews them for a podcast or a reel or something like that. Oh, what are you guys looking to buy here? And their buddy is just like, I want to buy dick.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. The funny thing is, like, he thinks that it's like a big, I'm gonna have this introspective moment and realize that I should have given him this crazy deal. And
No, it was just the equivalent of, you can't fire me, I quit.
I'll make up like a scenario. Like I would let's say that sticker on this stuff was $380, which vintage key rookies we're typically pricing pretty close to market. When we do a big show like the National, like a little inside the weeds, let's say that a card regularly sells for let's say the last 4 sales are 85, 90, 92, 94. We might mark it at $100, knowing, all right, we'll shave a little bit off. We'll give it to you for $90, which is like the average comp. So his stuff was probably like 380. I probably said like 350, which 350 was probably close to market value, which I'm not moving Hall of Fame key rookie cards already slabbed for below market. I'm just not usually doing that. I'll sell it to you at fair market value, but I'm not going to give you like a $100 card for $70. It's not going to happen because most of these cards we're buying for 80-85% already. So we're really not making a ton of money. I was maybe going to make $35-$40 in this transaction. But I think he was expecting me to say like, oh, it's Sunday. I want to give you all the stuff for free. I'll do $250 since you're such a cool guy.
Oh, you're buying multiple things for me? Here's 50% off.
That is my favorite one too. When we're at like a show like the National, people are like, let me start a stack and we'll get the pricing after that. I'll literally tell them at the front end, be like, yeah, like just so you know, don't waste a lot. It's not going to be like a significant chunk off. It's going to be like, it will be like a Wednesday at the National, and they're like, let me take these 10 amazing cards that you're going to have no problem selling. I want them for 70% of what you're asking. And it's, I think like people have this thing where it's like, oh, I buy 3 or 4 cards. I'm doing work for you.
Yeah.
I'm helping you out by buying these.
Which we even see in the shop sometimes. One of the craziest ones, I forget the exact dollar amount, but there's been multiple instances where somebody will come in and buy multiple boxes of football or baseball, and like the single box is like $150. And they'll look at us and say, now if I get 2, can you work with me on price? Like, buddy, you are not a whale.
We do it
You
all
are
the
not
time.
a big boy.
We have it all the time. We have guys who will come in like weekly, and they'll be like, you take a little off for me. And it's like, all right, if you're a regular customer of ours and you're buying stuff, you can almost guarantee, like, we're going to help you out some other way. Like, we're going to toss you some sleeves. We're going to help you. A lot of these people, like, people don't realize, like, we'll help you so much just on the knowledge side of it, too. So, like, we're spending 5-10 minutes with you every time you're in, explaining things to you, helping you out, giving you insight. Like, we're not charging people who ask us, like, hey, I got this card. Can you look it over? Like, would you grade this card? What is your opinion on like holding this card long term? Like, we're not charging you for any of that. This is like, we're just providing that service for you.
How much are you selling dick for today?
Nothing. So it's like at a certain point, like if you're buying, like I think people have this thing too. Like, okay, you could spend $800 in our store, and people are like, I spent $800. I just gave you $800, and it's like, yeah, but I probably already pre-bought that product for like $700 and something. It's like we're really not making like. We're not like Scrooge McDucking it around every night. And like every single night we empty the register, everyone takes a cash bath, and we all are just, money is just flying everywhere. It's a very high cost business, so especially sealed product. Like it's not like I said, it's not like there's crazy margins here. So shaving $10 off of a $200 sale sometimes might literally be half of the profit on that box. So
Or all of it.
Or all of it sometimes. Like it's usually with some of those situations when, you know, here's a pack of soft sleeves or something like that. But yeah, I don't know why I have asked for deals on stuff. But like I very rarely have ever been to like a small business. Resale shop, maybe it's like a small bookshop or like a craft store when I'm with my family or something. I'm not asking for money off typically. Like if I like the thing, I'm okay spending the money. I buy the thing. I support them. I move along. If I want to pay $180 for something and it's marked at $210 and I just will not buy it. Like that's typically what I would do. Now, single cards are a little bit of a situation, and I think maybe that's where people get confused on the wax, where like they're used to negotiating on single cards at shows and stuff. But if you are learning this for the first time, typically there's not going to be a lot of margin on sealed product, especially when we're having to bring it back in, like Series 2 Upper Deck Hockey. We've raised prices 3 times. I think we've made a smaller percentage every single time we've brought it in. Not a lot of profit sitting there. And typically the people who we are going to have like more of an inkling to hook up occasionally would probably be people who don't ask. It's going to be like, you know, the weekly person that's buying singles off us every week. We're going to shave money off for them typically. Like, and they don't even ask. Like there's a lot of these discounts that I do at the register Maybe you were just really nice. Maybe I saw you interact with a kid in the store and you like gave him a card or something. Like I usually will pay that forward and try to help you out. But if you're just coming in and like your only goal is to get money off and help yourself, because this is all most of the people that are asking for this too, they're going around and they're doing a live feed or something and they're doing a break or they're doing something else where they're already profiting from this. They already know that they're going to make money on this box. Probably, if they're on Whatnot or one of these others, they're probably making more money than we are on it, honestly.
And the people that are on Whatnot, they make sure to tell us, because then they think that they're on this. They're like, oh, they're a fellow industry professional.
We have a lot of that. We're like, I'm a Whatnot seller. We're like, great,
cool. So you're
that's awesome.
Probably going to be a pain in the ass.
And we had one recently where I think Nate gave me his Nate eyes, where like he was like, I don't want to deal with this one. And I did. It was perfectly fine. Like I gave the guy. It was like I shaved. I think he spent like 1,100 on singles, and I think the total sticker was like right around 12 or something. And it was a lot of like affordable. We were able to do like $100 off on it. It's not always the case. Sometimes we can do it. Sometimes we can't. But yeah, that one. Those are always a fun one where you're like, I make money off this. Give me my stuff for less monies.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I play in my my beer league softball. So like, if I see Jenny Finch in the streets, we can talk shop.
I was really wondering where you were going with this analogy, and I'm like, my first thought was, are you in a beer league softball league?
I want to be.
I want to, and then I see like videos of the guys who are in them, and it's like the most roided out guy you've ever seen, and you're like, I can't imagine playing like third base when one of those meatheads comes up and is hitting his exit velo is like 120, and you're like, I'm not getting into this. I'm not being paid for this.
Or you just get the absolute tryhards, like that, like peaked in high school, are trying to grasp at anything they can to still be good at something.
They're doing like their pre-game stretching routine, like running pole to pole and all that stuff. And you're like, dude, I drank 10 Mick Ultras in the parking lot before this. I'm gonna struggle to not fall down after swinging. Like that's not a good. That's why I think the senior leagues, I know for sure, they do like A, B, and C. Like the super serious guys will play in like a higher league, and like the people who either suck or they're just not trying, they just don't care, are playing in like the lower league. I don't know if they do that for the non-senior leagues though. It might just be a total pool of like former 5-star recruit is also playing with like Nate from the Junction, who is just trying to have some fun and hit a ball around.
How dare I?
You did try. You did play in an adult baseball league for a minute.
Yeah, wood bat, just like normal baseball. And like, I think it was the first organized baseball I had played in about 12 years at that point. It was when I was in college. And like, there's former college pitchers throwing 80, 85. And I'm just like, oh, shit.
Like, I know we have a customer who was drafted in like 2000, 2001, and he's like 50 now. But I know for a fact he can still like go.
Yeah.
Because we did just like a few years ago, we did like an impromptu wiffle ball home run derby. And dude, he was like, there's only one gear.
Yeah.
I'm murdering. He almost hit Lily in the face too. Lily was like, we probably did that in like end of July that year, and Lily had been born in June, so she was like a month old in a carrier, sitting like over on like my outdoor patio.
And it was one of those situations where we saw that we're like, nobody's gonna hit it over there, and immediately somebody hit it over there
at crazy, like hard. Like this was not like a little blooper. Like it was a line shot that like was about 1.5 feet away from hitting her, and it hit off my house. And I'm like, we're moving the baby. Baby needs to move.
Baby shouldn't have been standing there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. I finished in second place that day.
I think I finished third or fourth.
Yeah, there was only 4 of us, I think.
Yeah. I did well your bachelor party weekend. I think I finished second in
On
that
a
home run derby.
hillside with rain.
Hillside in the rain. We'd been drinking. I think everybody took at least one swing where they fell down the hill.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, it was not ideal conditions to be moved. This is back to the we aren't athletes and we probably shouldn't be doing things to injure ourselves, because that could have easily been like a meniscus tear, quad strain situation.
No, that is definitely a tear everything in your side because you swang out of your shoes.
Swang and a miss.
At least I didn't say you swinged.
I do feel like swang is a term.
Like,
look at that swang.
Like, we went to the park and we swang. No, I think it is swung.
Cat Williams says swang.
It's that.
Look at that guy swang.
That's got some pizzazz. I almost said that's got some spaz, but that's me. Yeah. That's why I said swang.
He is spazzy already. We were talking about collecting for fun, kids getting dropped off at the store and stuff, and one of the other ones that gets me and Nate a lot is super unsupportive parents. So, like, they are engaged as far as they do come in with the kid. They do look around, but they are just, like, tearing down every possible thing. Like, a kid would be like, oh, I really like this, this Pikachu card that's $12. And like, it's just a stupid animal. You shouldn't buy it.
I don't even know anything about it. Don't show it to me.
That's a bad investment. You're just wasting money as they hold an $11 Starbucks drink or something. And, like, that's a waste of money. And it's like,
It's the same parents that come in, grandparents and parents, they'll come in and to us, the people working at this business, will say, oh, can you make money doing this? Like, no, this is a non-profit.
Yeah, we're just here for the love of the game. No, I don't know what it is, but there's like a certain percentage of parents that just, it could be anything. Like, maybe your kid's really into video games and you're just complaining that all they do, which from the parenting point, side, it is, like, if you have a 9-year-old kid who is not willing to do anything but play video games, as a parent, you get concerned that they're not going to experience life enough.
Yeah, but give them some broccoli, toss them outside, tell them to drink from the hose.
But, like, you also, like, if your kid shows an interest in something, as a parent, this is from the parent side of me, which it bothered me before too, but I think it's definitely amplified after being a parent. It's like, whatever your kid likes, just be supportive of it. Like, I mean, Charlie loves doing certain stuff that I'm like. Charlie loves building Lego. I'm not a Lego guy, really.
I am.
You are. I mean, and that's great. And it's like, I'm never gonna tell him, like, you're not even a construction worker. What are you doing building buildings? I'm gonna be like,
it's only worth it if you learn how to use your hands and build wood.
Like,
how do you build wood? Watch the first Transformers movie.
I think we would need to turn on How It's Made, the show from the 90s.
I think we're talking about different types at this point.
Interesting.
Anyways.
But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I think, and those parents clearly are not listening to the Sports Car Junction podcast. I would say if there's a parent listening to this, sorry for the cursing, but also, you're probably a little bit more engaged. Maybe you collect too. That's the best, is like when you get a generational collector base and you get a parent who also collects with their kids. That's the best. So, like, as my kids get older, when they show an interest in something, I'm going to try to at least act like I'm interested in it.
Yeah. Or, like, this isn't even about, like, okay, there's plenty of parents that'll come in and just sit on their phone while they're in there. Okay, that's fine. You at least came in. But, like, if your kid comes up to you and is like, oh, check out this really cool thing I found. And you're just like, mommy's busy on Candy Crush.
Well, we had one, like, a few weeks ago where the kid got, like, $100 gift card for Christmas or their birthday.
Birthmas.
The dad wouldn't let him spend it. He's like, it's not, we can't buy this one. It's like, what are they supposed to get? They didn't buy anything. They left. And I'm like, your kid received a gift. which the person who gave them the gift card could have easily just bought them a physical item and given it to them anyway. Does that dad also, like, as they're opening up their birthday presents, like, nah, I don't like this one, we're returning it. Like, I guess it's like
I
a
got
mindset.
a bike with training wheels? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we don't do training wheels around here. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's me just being sensitive to it, or like, I don't know. I just feel like whatever it now. Let's say, like, if your kid is like 8 years old and they're really into explosives, okay, maybe don't help them build like a C4.
And like, I get it if your kid changes what they're interested in all the time. So like, you don't try and invest too much because you know it's going to change in the next week. Still have some understanding.
Because we'll see it. Like, a kid will like be super pumped about a card, and they'll take it over to their parent, and their parent will be like, nah. And like, you can see the kid's face just like lose all like joy of what they were trying to do.
I see it especially a lot dealing with Pokemon. I'll see a kid be super excited about Pokemon stuff, and their parents like, I don't care until they get to, unless they're doing sports cards or something, I actually know anything about. Maybe you learn something.
And it's like, the thing is, like, I think we should, everyone, like me and Nate and Tyler and Marty and all these guys, like, this should be a good, like, you should see that there could be a future in this. Like, people are making, like, this can be a career. Like, Nate has a career where he gets to look at imaginary characters. Like,
they're still real to me, damn it.
Yeah, like, the parents are like, no, this is stupid. It's like, yeah, but like, you're talking to like a big kid in Nate who is now a 34-year-old kid who is now paying his bills and raising his family with Pokemon cards. So like, I don't know, maybe there is like something that you should look into it. Like Nate was saying, like, if your kid, if it is like a weekly occurrence where like they are like considerably changing their interest all of the time, you could still do it in a different way. Like, I think there's a conversation there. Maybe like there's a budget. Like, you tell your kid, like, you can spend $20. I don't care what you're buying. But to just like decline every single thing that they show you is just kind of odd to me.
Yeah. It drives me crazy.
And I would even see it, like, I mean, I haven't, like, Charlie hasn't told me, like, oh, he really, like, one thing that he's really into bugs right now, and I think that's, like, a normal little kid thing. So, like, instead of being like, no, gross, don't touch those or anything, I'm, like, as we're coming into summer, I'm gonna get him, like, a bug catching thing to, like, support it. Like, who knows, maybe he wants to be, like,
an entomologist.
I was gonna say bugologist, but...
You keep talking. I'm going to see if I was right.
No, entomologist is correct.
Okay.
Because we have a customer whose son wants to go into entomology. But I am not a scientist or a doctor, which I think I've said on 3 of these 5 episodes.
Are you a science doctor, though?
I am a science doctor. But no, like, for Charlie, I'm going to buy him, like, a bug catching kit. Who knows? Maybe it, like, sparked that little bit of support that he didn't ask for. Maybe, who knows, that he gets really interested in it and wants to, like, study bugs. I don't know.
Like, say my daughter gets really into gymnastics. I would probably get really excited, even though it was something that I never actually did. Like, I would say, I'm not really going to get into that, but anybody that knows me knows, no, you probably are. That's probably right up your alley.
As someone who has a daughter who's in gymnastics, or as we call it, flips class, I've gone a couple times. It's on Saturdays, so I'm typically at the store. But, I'm not going to be like, that's stupid. Flipping around, you're going to get dizzy. Like, I'm going to be like, okay, if you get really into it, you get really into it. Like, I don't know, that's your thing. Like, everyone has a thing. Some people don't find that until they're, like, way older.
Yeah.
I found my thing really young. I think most little boys find their things very young. But no, I found my interest super young. I knew that, like, if I didn't do something with cards, I probably would do something culinary. But I had the access to cards. So, like, if my dad had owned a restaurant instead of a card store, maybe I would
have access to other things.
Yes, maybe I would do restaurant type things. I don't know.
Now I'm going to ask your dad next time I see him, which is going to be today because I just saw him walking in the shop.
Oh, okay.
Do you know how old Chad was when he found his thing? And the answer is just going to be...
Like, I don't know, I wasn't there. Yeah, I don't know. I just think if you do have kids, especially younger kids, and they show an interest in something, maybe you think back to this podcast with Chad and Nate, and you support whatever it is that they're doing, as long as it is normal and legal.
Yes.
Like, I don't know that I'd be cool if Charlie was like,
Well, normal is relative.
well, I'll expand. Like I said, Goodbye Charlie, the bug catching thing. If he wants to catch these bugs and torture them, or like rip legs and arms off, I'm gonna be like, no, dude, that's not cool. We're not doing that. We're done with this activity. We no longer in the bug catching game. But if he's like, I wanna look at them and I wanna feed them and I wanna like get this caterpillar to turn into a butterfly or something. That's how it works, right?
Yes.
Okay, you're an expert. Yeah, I'll support that. But if he starts doing some like little rapscallion type stuff, I'm not going to be
Like,
cool with it as much.
If my daughter ends up being like Steve Carell from Dinner for Schmucks, where she makes these dioramas with dead mice, like, no, I that's one of those things. Okay, that's not normal. If she wants to do it,
later,
fine.
later,
Be
maybe
my
later.
guest.
Not at 7.
Now, the problem occurs is if she is actively hunting these mice
And killing them.
to do that with. No, we're not doing that.
Sidebar, Dinner for Schmucks, one of the most underrated movies of all time. Galifianakis' character, Chef's Kiss. There's a few other of like the freaks in that are like, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable acting in that movie. I did have another fun one as we come into Easter too. Do you remember, like, obviously we did not grow up together. Did you just receive like standard Easter basket paraphernalia, or was there ever like a special thing?
There was never any paraphernalia in my Easter basket, but
like,
my Easter basket would always be a couple of Easter eggs filled with jelly beans or like the malted milk eggs, a couple packages of Peeps or Reese's eggs, and then usually one or two like presents, like a small Lego set or something like that.
So there would be some sort of special thing. And so Easter morning, would you wake up and you knew, okay, I need to go find my basket? Or would these things be wrapped and given to you on Easter?
Correct. When I was growing up, they would be given to us, and then my parents, like even through when I was in college, when I got old enough, would hide it.
The basket.
Yes.
Okay.
Or we would do it with all my cousins, and everybody had their own specific egg color that they had to find.
That's what we did last weekend with my kids.
And my dad always found joy in hiding mine. One year, my Easter basket, he gutted the speakers in the living room that had been broken for years that were just there as like centerpieces, I guess, like end tables. Mm-hmm. He gutted it and put my Easter basket inside and then put the cones back on. I was like, how was I supposed to find that?
But also, like, on a random day, if you just started ripping apart speakers in your house, your dad would be like, Nate, what are you doing? He'd be like mad that you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, that's just a mean one.
Yeah.
At least in, like, modern day, like, he could have, like, put, like, a little tracker in it, and you could have to, like, find the exact location of it or something. But there's no way you were going to guess that. My, one of my best... So, we did an Easter egg hunt last weekend with my kids because me and Lauren are leaving on Sunday, on Easter Day, to leave for the TOPS conference. That's next week. So we did like a little Easter egg hunt at my aunt and uncle's house, and we're going to do another probably little one with like Lauren's side of the family on Saturday evening. And but when we're going to do their baskets on Saturday at our house because we won't be home. So we're going to do them Saturday morning. And what we did last year is because my kids are little, it's tough to explain like, hey, go find this thing in the house.
Especially when you know that they already don't like looking around and picking things up.
Correct. So we tied yarn to the basket and put yarn all around the house. And then on the knoll post, we had two different strings of yarn. There was a pink one and a blue one. and we're like, this is your color. Hold on to it and track it, and that's how you're gonna find your basket. That's where the Easter Bunny did it, so you can find it. In this year, Charlie's a lot more
Sentient?
yes. So he's 5 now. I already told Lauren, I'm like, he is gonna have to go through it to get to his. It's going in and out of the house. It's going around the house. I am telling her to buy like a 500-foot spool for me to do his this year. Lily's would be a lot easier. She's littler. But as soon as he's off this string thing and it's just find it, oh man, he is going to struggle. There's going to be some spots where he is not even going to know that exists in our house. But my most memorable one, you had the speaker. So growing up, I had a bunk bed. And I had, it was like that standard, like...
Can you have just one bunk bed, or is it bunk beds?
I had a bunk that had beds on it.
You had 2 beds that were connected top to bottom.
Correct. There was a top floor and a bottom floor. I slept on the bottom floor.
So yes, bunk beds.
Played on the top floor. At the end of the bunk bed is where I hung my shirts. It was like it's probably a 90s kid thing. It was like a red metal bunk bed frame. On the end, there was a small like rod that you could hang hangers on. My mom snuck into my room in the middle of the night. I was probably 6-ish. It might have been like 7 or 8. And I had all my shirts hung there. So there was like, 50, 60 shirts hung there. So like you couldn't see out the one end of the bunk bed. But it was right by the door. So you could go in and you could like, immediately the shirts were right there to your right. She like peeled back the shirts, put the basket there, right at the end of my bed. And I sprung out of bed, immediately left my room, and was looking everywhere for this thing. And meanwhile, like my sister had found hers already, and I'm like,
dumbass.
I'm deep into this search, and I didn't grow up in a big house, so like I'm like, the basement was off limits. It wasn't going to be outside. Our main floor was just like living room, kitchen, dining room, 1 bathroom, and then upstairs was 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. Surely my room, it didn't get hidden in my room. I was there.
Yeah.
So I looked I don't know. I mean, my parents would probably have a better sense, but I think I looked for like an hour or something, maybe 45 minutes. But that had like my favorite Easter gift ever. That's where Nate has seen this card. I have the 1998 Topps WCW Hulk Hogan autograph. That was an Easter present that I think my dad, like, I don't know how he got it, if he pulled it out of a pack or if he bought it off a customer. At the time, I mean, this was not like a crazy expensive card. So, I don't know, maybe it was like $100 or maybe he pulled it out of a box, because we used to rip all kinds of boxes back then. He could have just pulled it and held it back and then used it for a later date. But that's where that Hulk Hogan came from. It was an Easter present. And that's one of the few gifts I can, like, pinpoint where I got it. And I still have the card. It's graded now. It's really cool. But, yeah, it was like I'm getting this thoughts of, like, it's so fun as a parent to do that kind of stuff. It's like, I don't know what you're doing with Isla this year. You're probably not going basket hunting, but...
No.
You could probably do something.
We'll do something. We'll do eggs.
Like I said,
we'll do egg hunting.
Lily was able
outside
to do...
at my sister's place.
So Isla is about a year younger than Lily. And last year, Lily would have been like going on 2. She was like just under 2. And she was able to follow the string. But she copied her brother, so that probably played into it. But I think the string thing is good for the little ones. To still not get super devastated and like just tell them get to the end of the rope and maybe you'll see something.
Yes, this has been Sports Card Junction string theory.
It is a string theory.
But yeah, we like seeing parents that are supportive, just not dismissive.
Yeah, that's my thing. And I guess back then my dad was like, kid loves wrestling, loves cards. Let's give him a Hulk Hogan card. I know that half this audience is lost on Hulk Hogan and they hate him. And it's like, all right. He didn't give me a Terry Bollea card. He gave me a Hulk Hogan card. I don't know Terry. I know Hulk. I did have one other one. What is your... I feel like people might be interested about this. What is your best sale ever? Not your most expensive sale. Your best sale ever.
I sold 2014 Bowman. I opened a box, and it had one of the golden redemptions.
This is
on
what I
top.
thought you were going to say. That's why.
And
Okay.
so, for those that weren't aware, they put, I think it was like 10 golden redemptions as box toppers in 2014 Bowman. And what it was ended up being, if you filled it out and took it to Tops, sent it in, however many got redeemed, that many people were in a drawing to see one of them would get a card in the next year Bowman. So, like, say only 6 of them got found before the deadline and everybody turned them in. Okay, you had a 1 in 6 chance. If you didn't win, you still got like signed baseballs and stuff like that. But I remember I pulled it and I sold it for like $2,000. And
Big sale back then.
yes, the guy that I sold it to, I knew was buying other ones just to increase his chances. And he ended up winning and was in the set next year, which I do have that card.
So you didn't get a guarantee though. It was a chance to win.
It was just a chance.
Okay.
But I know that he won it, so, years later I went back and bought his card. I like to think it was my golden ticket that made him win.
Maybe it was.
Who's to say?
Yeah, mine was the same year. I had 2 really good sales and 2 really bad sales. 2006 Bowman Chrome football. I had a Matt Leinart card that I sold for, I think, like $1,200. And a Reggie Bush card that I sold for like $900. That same year, I sold a triple autograph of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Julius Erving for $1,200. That card is now about $30,000. And I sold a dual patch autograph of LeBron and Jordan for like $2,000. And that card, I'm pretty sure, is like $200,000 now. So what I'm saying is, I'm really happy I sold that Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush and had the confidence to sell the other 2 cards. That year, I also sold, it might have been 2007, I sold a freaking Jabba Chamberlain rookie autograph for $300, and then the guy returned it, and I sold it again, and it got lost in the mail.
Nice.
Yeah, so I wish I still had those Jordan autographs. I now own no Jordan autographs instead of having money.
Live and learn.
Yeah, money would be nice, though.
Live, learn, La Vida Loca, live
And-
Moss.
And learn to never sell Michael Jordan stuff.
Amen.